does this team have a little bit of maybe a chip on its shoulder or something to prove coming off of last year to prove that like that 5-7 was an anomaly?
Yeah, I feel like whenever you don't go win the national championship, you always got a chip on your shoulder, especially if you don't win a conference. So it's an even bigger one for us. Um, 13 is no surprise to us. We didn't expect to be ranked high in the preseason, but we know what we can do. We know what we're working towards. We know our goal is in the end game. But so just for us to have that edge for us, that chip on our shoulder, that's more than enough fuel to keep us going.
Can you give me some help? I'm a sideline reporter on the OSU radio network.
Yeah.
And we go to BYU Provo for a Friday night game, and I am hearing that it will be crazy. Be prepared for craziness. So, night games, especially when you get a Friday night game in Provo, what am I looking at?
It's gonna be a great atmosphere. I don't think it's gonna be more so crazy how people say, but it's gonna be a great time. Not just for the players, but just for the fans as well. Any fans that's from Oklahoma State traveling, you're gonna be greeted. You're gonna have a warm welcome. It might be minor trash talk, but that's just how the game goes with fan bases. So it's gonna be fun. We'll have a beautiful backdrop, beautiful scenery. Our fans are gonna take care of you. We probably get y'all some ice cream or some during the game or something like that. So it's gonna be fun.
It was a heck of a game in Stillwater last year.
Yeah, it was. I'm a little upset how the game turned out.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Were you surprised at all by when you got here last year by the crowd and the stadium, the atmosphere, like just how turned up it gets? Like this is Provo, Utah. Like how is this so turned?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I wasn't expecting a game to get like that. I knew the games kind of be sold out sometimes. So once I really like got to a game that first game when I ran out the tunnel, we was playing St. Hughes. I was like, wow. Like normally, like you don't see that many people like in like pregame just sitting there waiting, like eager to come in. I knew from the moment we did the Cougar Walk what type of game it was going to be. So I was excited. You don't really get to experience that at a lot of places.
And that was for an opener against an FCS opponent, which normally, like you played in those games, sometimes the fans are like, show up 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
Right? But it didn't feel that way at all.
It didn't feel like that. It felt like we was playing Oklahoma, midnight game, primetime game.
I might be feeding you a little bit of bulletin board material, so don't take this too personally or whatnot.
Yeah.
This wide receiver group, though, you guys are returning, I think it's 6 of the top 7 pass catchers from last year. Like a lot of just carryover from a year ago. Obviously losing everyone but Isaac, I think, to the NFL.
Yeah.
There and whatnot. And I feel like most of the time in the preseason, that would be like a lead item, like something that you like lead with, like this team has a lot of talent coming back and wide receivers and whatnot. Are we not talking about that enough, or like do you guys take that personally at all? Like, are we just not talking about like how much you guys have coming back in that wide receiver?
I don't feel like people do give us the credit that I think that we do deserve. It's whatever. Things happen, so we can't always depend on people to be out there trying to put our names out there, this group out there, and what the expectations are for us. We know what it is for us. We know what we want to go out there and do. We know what we can do. We kind of showed a little glimpse of what we can do last year, not just me and Chase, but all the other receivers as well, Cody, Keelan, Parker, JoJo. And then with the addition of Keanu going to tight end, that's just going to open up the game for us as well. And then that's going to also open it up for him because at that time, you can't just try to scheme 1 or 2 people. You got to try to scheme 4 people at once.
Ooh, you mentioned those big names, you, Chase, Cody, obviously Kibo moving over to tight end and whatnot. Is there a receiver that we're not talking about enough, like somebody that you want to kind of give a sneak peek, like, hey, keep an eye on this kid, he could be really good, whether it's like a Parker or JoJo or somebody kind of maybe a little bit further down the list?
I feel like Keelan's not, he doesn't get enough credit for what.
I didn't even mention Keelan. I'm the idiot.
I feel like Keelan doesn't get enough credit that he deserves. Last year he might have been seen as a gadget guy, but he's so much more than that as a player, as a receiver. He can go deep, he can go screens, he can do chest sweeps, he can do all that. So I feel like once we get to see him in full effect, and then once he start making plays, he's gonna get rolling. And it's just gonna be up to the sky's the limit for him. And I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
You been working on your Odell Beckham?
Nah. After the first one, I felt like I got lucky when I caught that one.
So you're not like going out with like jugs in practice, like trying to one hand them or anything like that?
Nah, I do. I was just playing, but yeah. I try not to do it too much, so Fessy don't say nothing to me.
Well, Fessy's pretty high about you, and it's just kind of what you do. He told us during spring ball that like you sort of burst on the scene a little bit last year. He says there's even another level to your game like that. Like, what have you been working on in the off season to kind of unlock that other level?
Really, I was just in the lab just trying to refine my route running. It's always room to improve, especially with route running. Not everybody doesn't run routes the same. So, especially being a taller guy, you're not as low to the ground as a shorter guy may be. So you got to work twice as hard when you break down in your routes and things like that. And then just trying to be a complete playmaker for this team. That's really my main focus. I want to be some guy where game on the line. You know where the ball is going, but you still can't stop it. So that's my mindset each and every time I take the field.
Fessy, whenever I talk to Fessy and I ask him something like that, he immediately goes to work on your routes, like Chris routes, that kind of thing. So that first part of that answer, like, it sounded a lot like Fessy.
Mm-hmm.
Has he helped you kind of unlock your game, like take your game to another level since you got to Provo?
Yeah, he helped me like really like understand like zones and when able to run this route in a certain type of way. That's probably one of the smartest receiver coaches I done had in a while. That really just like truly knows the game. Like it might be cover three, but this window's gonna be closed, so you got to move on to the next one. So just having the opportunity to have somebody with as much experience around the game.
What do you think about the addition of sideline tackles? I mean, just how you're gonna be able to come off of a drive and be like, okay, this is what happened. No, I ran this wrong. I mean, what kind of an advantage can that give to you?
I feel like it's gonna be good. Sometimes it might be bad because it might not be what you're looking for, but you need that on the field. Having that opportunity to go back and watch it on the play, so you can know that you need to clean this up, and you ain't gotta wait until the next day to watch film. Like once the game's over, I feel like it's gonna be a great addition for us, our quarterbacks as well. They know, okay, so that guy was open on this play. They run that coverage. I can know to look this way or look a guy off and things like that. Or if like a field thing for receivers, if you feel like a DB is playing a certain way, you go back and look, and then next time you go up there, it's not going to be the same result. Yep.
Is that just kind of building off of that? Is that kind of rule something that you feel like sort of in a long time coming in
Yeah,
college football? Because it feels like the NFL's had this for like decades at this point.
I feel like
So long, right?
I feel like that, and then also having the ability to talk to the quarterbacks in the headset. I feel like that should have been going on just with the whole like people can take your signals thing. I mean, it's part of football with the signals thing, but it could have been avoided. So now that we had that opportunity where our quarterbacks can talk to inside the box and hear straight from Coach A Rod upstairs.
No, you're good. We're just asking questions about in 2 weeks the Summer Olympics are coming, right? Is there any event you think you can compete in and maybe medal in?
Yeah, I'll probably basketball. I'll probably go get me a medal out there. Figure skating. I'll probably go get me one of them too.
So some of the players here yesterday and some say think they can guard some of the men's basketball team. Can you guard any of them?
Yeah, I guard LeBron, Brian, Jason Tatum, not Kyrie. He moved too much for me. And probably AD.
All right, and then you're coming out fast break. You need to throw a lob to someone. Who's your dream teammate?
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Not